shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessing. Welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, The King. Today is an exciting Monday, start of the week. We're getting ready to push forward to do more exciting things. Now, listen, Frontline Gaming streams, I've been having a couple of issues over there trying to stream, to be honest with you, and having login issues and everything. But, to be honest with you, I've been doing it for a couple of months now. I think like, 3-4 months. And I haven't seen the growth that I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that behind the members. Members, you guys are going to get the Frontline Gaming streams. So all my streams I will do every day, but that will be for members only. So if you are a member, you can jump in, you can hang out, we could play and do stuff like that. And I'll be gaming through there. So all the stream will be on this channel here. We will continue to grow here, but we will also be doing that for members. All right, so members get a chance to see that. Fight Night Fridays will be again here, again, but that will be again for members. So if, and regardless of what, majority of you dudes that do come through, and when I say dudes, I mean guys and females, is members. Oh, excuse me, if this is your first time finding the channel, you found your new best friend. Like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification button because I drop videos daily. That's every day, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the weekend, Saturdays, I do a live show. The live show, you can jump inside the Discord. You can jump in and you can have a voice. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. This weekend, Iron Lords Podcast did the marathon reveal. Well, we saw the panel, the live reveal, and that was on the Iron Lords channel. And we got a chance to talk about that. Well, after that, we did plasmaphobia. All right. And I believe that's how I said it, right? That game was a horrifying game. We did a community stream there, while I also streamed on Frontline Gaming streams. So if you got a chance to see any of that stuff, please, again, enjoy. And when I work all this stuff out, fine. But until then, it'll be behind the members because I love to play games daily. Like right now, I'm playing Towerborn. Can't really do too much about that. But a lot of games that you're going to be seeing today, you're going to be seeing games that I see, that I like, that I want to play. We're going to be talking about free-to-play games. But we're talking about, honestly, is Sony at the end? This is the third time within 3 years that Sony has raised the price on their console and their services without offering anything extra to the customer. As a customer, you have not seen value in the PlayStation brand at all. And I told you guys, it doesn't matter if you buy physical. You don't own a damn thing. And Indiana Jones is a great indication of exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get into these topics. Let's dive deep into these topics as we watch the end of Sony right before our eyes. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. We're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. I told you the PlayStation 5 Pro was necessary in order to fulfill the prophecy. The prophecy is coming true. Everything that I said, listen, I'm only 2% wrong. That means I'm 98% right all the time. That means you came to the right place. So if you want positive Xbox news, you're here. So let's continue to kick Sony down these steps. Let's get it. I love being right. I love being right so much. It hurts. You know, Mr. 98% right all the time. Well, you know what Forte explained to me? Forte said, I should say I'm only 2% wrong. And let's see how that works out, right? But I told these poor begging ponies long time ago that you don't own anything. Like everything is predicated on the internet. You download a game, predicated on the internet. You need to play a game, need an update, predicated on the internet. I told dudes, Indiana Jones, these dudes are so happy. Yeah, I got the game and I got a physical. I own the game, King. I own it. Well, let's see how that goes right now. Indiana Jones PlayStation fans are not happy with the Xbox physical media habits. Welcome to the party, pal. While the time has almost arrived, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle moves over to PlayStation in early access tomorrow and in full later on this week on April 17th. While PlayStation players undoubtedly be happy about the Bethesda title launching on the PlayStation 5, has not come without controversies, particularly for physical media. Yep. Ahead of the launch this week, an unboxing of the PlayStation 5 version of Indiana Jones has appeared online, and the installation process hasn't gone down that well. As shared by our friends over at Push Square, the video in question reveals that it's just only 20 gigs of the full 125 gig game actually on the disc. The rest must be downloaded online. Now, of course, this throws preservation games in concern into the limelight once again, and players question how the game will be accessed if the files were to be removed from the PSN one day, like they often do all the time, you know? The Great Circle has been being a licensed product and property. Well, supposedly anything could happen, you know? This is the future of where games is. Although it stands to reason that this will update properly for many, many years to come. Hopefully. That's the thought. If you've been around Xbox circles for a while, you know that this isn't a new phenomenon. Way back when, in 2021, way back when, we was touching this topic with Halo Infinite. And chances are these particular practices go back even further than that. Listen. I told you what it is, and you guys want to continue to believe anything other than what I say. You don't own anything anymore. It's a damn shame that I got to bust it down for you just like this. Pause. And you guys are just waking up to the reality of what you're truly dealing with. You're dealing with companies that just want your bread. Companies that want you locked in. Companies that want your engagement time and your data more than anything else. And this is another way to extrapolate your data and your engagement time. Nothing is in secret or in hiding any longer. It's a damn shame that I got to be proven to just be 2% wrong all the time. Man, it feels so good to be right. I'm going to know how you feel. How do you feel knowing that you actually don't own a damn thing? How do you feel knowing that all the game isn't on the disc? How do you feel knowing that you need an internet connection in order to get the rest of your game? If something tragic happens and you don't have access to the internet and you got your brand new game, well, you just out of luck. How does that fit now? Should you just played it on Game Pass? Should you have just gotten an Xbox, downloaded the game that has been out for months now, instead of paying all this extra money, and just played it on Game Pass? I want to know. Comments below. Let me know. How do you plan on playing Indiana Jones? Did you play it already? Do you have Game Pass? Are you part of the 5%, the smart people, the enlightened ones? Or are you a part of the 95%, the dumb, deaf, and blind, who's searching this world, trying to figure it out? Let me know in the comments below how you plan on playing Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. I told you how I do it. I do it in Game Pass, baby. People are reporting that Xbox has its first flop of 2025. South of Midnight apparently isn't charting the way that people expected it to do. Now, to put it in perspective, only 1,411 players were on Steam. And to put that in perspective, Redfall managed to peak at 6,124 players. Now, I honestly can't tell you what the problem is. You know, South of Midnight has a Metacritic of 77, which I feel that is supposed to be higher than that, to be honest with you. And at the end of the day, you know, it's really up to the gamers to decide what the gamers want to do when it comes to engaging with this game. From anybody that's seen my review that's up for members, you guys know how I feel about the game, and I think the game is phenomenal. And I honestly feel that it's, you know, it's one of the best games of all time from the story standpoint. Now, certainly the combat is a little bit repetitive. But again, coming from a AA game, that is to be expected. But it doesn't have bad gameplay, doesn't have a bad gameplay loop. Everything that is done good to great. Music, great. Story, great. Gameplay, good. Platforming, very good. So the camera can get a little wonky here and there. But again, coming from Contrast that was released in 2013, a We Happy Few that was released in 2018, South of Midnight, it's surprising that this game isn't doing better. The review scores are way better. But again, sometimes words here and there can distract and detract from the greater goal. When you have a movement behind you of hate, sometimes that's very hard to overcome. It's sad. It's sad seeing this. But knowing that a lot of disingenuous people didn't even give the game a shot stands to reason, what are these Xbox dudes really doing? I find it to be a shame. You know, everything about South of Midnight is crafted very well. It sucks. It sucks really, honestly, as a lover of the game. I can't say I don't come from a place of bias, right? And it has everything to do with wanting more information about American folklore, right? True Blood was a iconic series from HBO, and it drew me in with all the American folklore. To me, this is like an extension of getting to know the Deep South, even if it's fictitious, you know. But a lot of the circumstances inside the game is real. It sucks that people didn't even give it a chance. Hopefully that it does reach some form of critical acclaim. So hopefully it does have awards and stuff attached to it. Hopefully the game can actually get greater than the hate I really hope it does achieve higher than the hate, because the hate to me is the problem. More than anything, the hate here is the true enemy of this game. I urge each and every last one of you dudes who have Game Pass to just try it. That's all. That's all. Because I'm not going to tell you, hey, go spend your money. But for the 43 million Game Pass subs, go try it. Show them. If you love Xbox, just play it. I don't care if you play it through cloud streaming. Play it. The reason why I'm saying this is because with contrasts that didn't score high, We Happy Few that didn't score high, and this game that scored higher than those two, I pray that they aren't in peril. Now, I do know that early on, the community manager had said some off-putting words that led people to believe that the game was a feminist game wrapped around a militant black agenda. I mean, I'm not going to say the words that you said. I'm going to say the words that are actually what people are afraid of. And I can honestly say that game isn't that. The game is a game of heart, a game of soul, a game of texture, a game of pain, a game of healing. The game has gravitas. And I think Compulsion Games and Compulsion Studios should be allowed to continue or, keep going. They make compelling, thought-provoking games. Contrast was compelling. We Happy Few was compelling. South of Midnight is compelling. These games have a place. Just my opinion. And just a little piece to add to it. Thank you for all the people that did get a chance to try South of Midnight and the fact that it did crack the top 10. Now, we do have our usual suspects here. Our usual suspects: Call of Duty number 1, Minecraft number 2, Fortnite number 3, Roblox number 4. Marvel Rivals is coming in hot at number 5, one of my personal favorites. Grand Theft Auto 5 is number 6. Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six Siege. This game is a phenom. I'm going to tell you, it's an old grizzled contender that has not stopped doing what it's supposed to do. EAFC 25, that's Football Club 25, is at number 8. Rocket League is at number 9. And number 10, popping in, bopping in, is South of Midnight. So everybody give yourself a round of applause if you got a chance to play it and you're playing it right now, you're enjoying it. People have loved my review. My reviews is up there for members. Check it out. I just wanted to throw this in there really quickly because I did get a little bit of bad news from it, but that was from the Steam people that doesn't have Game Pass. But it seems like you Game Pass dudes is running it up on these bums. Let's keep it moving. Now, we were part of Design Labs from its inception. We got a chance to check out Design Labs when it was on the Xbox One, and we designed our controllers. We got a couple of controllers. I got a couple of Design Lab controllers upstairs that I actually use from time to time. I try not to use it because my gamer tag is embossed on it, and I take pride in it. It was like gray and yellow and, King David OTW on it. And, so I didn't know that Design Labs had kind of shut down for a minute and wasn't allowing you to make your controllers. They have some 3D printable files that you're able to download now, but I didn't know that right now temporarily it's been put on hold because they're switching and migrating over to a new payment platform. I honestly think they're in the process of making the new controller for the new consoles, and and take this with a grain of salt because personally, I don't see a corporation denying money, right? So if people are willing to pay, I don't understand the reason why it would be shut down. But again, I could be betting the farm on the wrong horse here, but I honestly think maybe the reason for the delay is because maybe it's setting up for a bigger, better, greater platform coming out with the new handheld. And then you're able to use the new handheld with new key features on the controller. Maybe it has the new haptics with the new console next year. 2026 is set to be a great year. Maybe they're launching with the new design labs, with the new store, with the new Xbox app. Because right now Nintendo kind of got the jump on them with the Xbox, with their app, their Nintendo app. But again, their app isn't as robust as what Microsoft is doing. I think it's a tale of two apps. I think Nintendo app does have some good merit to it. If anybody hasn't downloaded the Nintendo app, I suggest you do if you happen to be a Switch owner or something like that. Yeah, Design Labs missing in action. Let me know how you feel about that. Back to doing what we do best. Free is me and free is free. So how free can I be when I'm free indeed? Pause. Watch yourself. Relax. Now, Metro 2033 Redux is free. You can get it on Steam. You can get it on Xbox. You can get it on God. Right? Now, check it out. Developer 4A game surprise players by giving away Metro 2033 Redux for free on most major platforms for a limited time. Now, PlayStation, listen. Sorry to break the news to you. You're not that special. Dudes don't care about you. The game ain't free for you. But for everybody else, us elite of the elite, we got that. Now, listen. All you got to do is go over to your Xbox store, put that in, get that. I got it downloaded on Steam because I like to play it on my Steam Deck. So get over there and get this wonderful game, Metro 2033 Redux. Creme de la creme. Have some fun with me, you, and the rest of your friends. Except for the PlayStation dudes. We do not associate with those dudes. Apparently, Metro doesn't associate with those dudes either. But let's go get it. Let's run it up on these bums. Free is me. Let free guide the way. Who got a chance to see David Fitch's video, not video, ad for Samsung OLED televisions and Xbox? It's about the rat race. It's about being trapped in this matrix that has you repeating the process day in and day out to wear on your soul, your mental, your framework. We're constantly supposed to be working on self, but we use video games as escapism. So if you're looking at the scenery inside the ad, you get a chance to see some people stealing moments away to game during the day, and but we all depicted as rats in this great rat race, and it's so dreary. It's so apropos for what the times that we're in right now, our capitalistic times, the times where you feel like you just go and you punch in and you sit there for 8 hours, toiling away, doing the same monotonous thing, not expanding or growing in any form, just to get home. And if you look at this dystopian, dreary type of mundane world set in this singular, dogmatic viewpoint, because when the guy gets home, he's alone with him and his cat. And he puts a smile on his face because he gets the game. And I can identify with the gaming escapism aspect of it. It's sad because this ad speaks to us as a society for the most sense in where we are at the moment. Looking for some things to pull us out of our day-to-day rat race, where you can feel like you're stuck on that proverbial rat wheel, hamster wheel, if you will, just going along in circles. It's kind of dreary if you think about it. Now, if you got a chance to watch the Iron Lords podcast on Saturday, where we watched them, what can you say? The live streaming of Marathon. It was cool. The live streaming aspect of it, hanging out with my guys, and we're talking about the new extraction shooter from the revered Bungie, or what's left of who Bungie is at the moment. You know, from the makers of Halo and Destiny, you get a chance to come in there with a pedigree that is kind of second to none. That's 2 monster hits that you did, first-person shooters in the console space. So now, and you got to think about it, right? What Halo did was redefine the thought process of what first-person shooters were going into the console space. It gave Xbox its identity. That was Bungie's job. Remember, Bungie started off as, Halo started off as a real-time strategy game type, third-person, isometric view. It was completely different. And they switched it up. And they got their hit. Then Destiny came and did what Destiny does with the looter shooter genre, PvP, PvE. It redefined that. Now they're set to take aim with Marathon to get the extraction shooter, a very niche genre, and they're trying to be the juggernaut in that space, where Escape from Tarkov is leading in that space. Bungie wants to come in and see what they can do. Now, point of contention was price point. Did anybody get a chance to check it out? Did y'all? Because I was leading y'all up to it throughout my videos talking about Marathon. Did any of you guys get a chance to check it out? Because I was enthused about it, and the fact that you didn't have any login for the PlayStation Network was another good thing that I thought that the PC dudes would, be cool with. Right now, they're gonna do an open or closed alpha to this. But more or less what I've been hearing is that the game would be $39.99, the same price as Helldivers and Concord, right? But the game didn't show well. To me, it didn't show well. The game showed mid. Very, very, very mid. When I jumped off of the bandwagon was when they promised to have a story. And they said, stick around, we got something special for you at the end, and it was supposed to be story. And oh God, man, listen, tuned into that part, and they left me with some pantomime crap. Some CGI coded real time, felt like Night Trap. Like I still have PTSD from the Sega CD, Turbo Graphics CD, and Philips CDI, and 3DO genre era of full motion video games. I'm still suffering from that. And listen, I know I'm a hypocrite because when it came to, what was that game for Xbox? It escapes me at the moment. Quantum Break. When it came to Quantum Break, I was all on board for what that looked like and what they were trying to do with Quantum Break, right? And for some reason, this game, it gave me Clockwork Orange feel, gave me that vibe. Now, Clockwork Orange is probably one of my all-time films, right? If you don't know what Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange, I suggest you go check it out. It stands tall to this day. And it's just, it missed the mark for me. That full motion video CGI blend mix really missed the mark for me, because I was all on board with the extraction shooter. They were showing stuff. You would jump in, you would be able to do your business and, go with your team of 3. And the premise sounds pretty cool. And they had well-known streamers that was there playing the game and talking about the game and getting you excited. Now, what they did wrong was the panel of well-known Bungie people that know their stuff. It was kind of distracting because I wanted to see more of the game. It's like every time I wanted to see more Marathon, they gave me conversation and human. Back to Escapism. I want escapism. And I didn't get that escapism feel. I'm gonna keep it beans with you. You're hiding something. Now, price? Come on, say it. Tell these dudes, don't beat around the bush. $39.95. Don't go higher than that. I know y'all wasn't going to do free to play. I know who Sony is. Sony is going to squeeze the life out of each and every last one of you dudes. All right, so don't look for that. But can Marathon succeed? Will Marathon succeed? Is Marathon, did y'all see it? I need to know, can Marathon be what Sony needs it to be? Or is Bungie the singular company that has destroyed Sony? And I say this to say, when Jim got them and hired them, he hired them to oversee all their live service games. All their live service games has been deleted, with the exception of Helldivers and Concord. And Concord self-deleted. But Bungie signed off on these titles. Now, the only titles that are left is Bungie's titles. So was Bungie sabotaging Sony all the way through and left with their own games? Because I'm going to tell you, I'll take Spider-Man over this, that Spider-Man multiplayer game. I'll take that over this. I'll take Fractions over this. Now to see this, and this is what makes it out. And this game, if this game flops harder than with its pastel colors and its ambiguous gameplay and its androgynous characters, if this game flops harder, and I don't see people running around screaming this is woke yet. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. They showed a lot of female characters, right? Aren't y'all upset with this, you weirdos? If this game flops harder than Concord, what happens to Sony? Because this racked up some bread too. So we need to know, is Bungie the catalyst or the absolute end or the beginning of full third party for Sony? Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. We're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. I'm just saying. Is Sony in trouble from the double agent that is Bungie? We may never know. Or we may find out very soon. September 23rd. Y'all going up against Borderlands 4. Y'all about to get your face kicked in. It's wild, crazy. As the tariffs war continue to evolve, we get a chance to see the casualties of this tariff war. The PlayStation 5 prices substantially increased in the UK and Europe by 10 to 15%, and have garnered a lot of attention recently with stuff like the PlayStation Plus going up in price, to consoles itself going up in price. You know, you have Brazil and a lot of the Asian market with the prices going up with all the, how can you say it, online stuff. But then you have hardware in UK and Europe going up in prices. Now, Sony has raised the price of most of its PlayStation console hardware in the UK, Europe, Australia, New Zealand by 10 to 15%, blaming the challenging economic environment with raising the U.S. import costs thanks to the tariffs likely being a contributing factor. An equivalent price rise in the U.S. is probably on the way. Now, I want to know, what does the U.S. tariffs have to do with Europe? What does please let me know, because my ignorance on the tariff subject is probably at an all-time high, right? But I don't see exactly where this thing can actually be an actual problem in anything outside of the U.S. The PlayStation 5 price is going to go up in the U.S. most likely. Now, what they're saying right now, the digital edition has went up by $50. In the UK has went up by £50. Well, I'm saying pounds. In Australia, it went up. Wow, that's a lot, by 30 of what their money is. And that's the PlayStation 5 with the Ultra Blu-ray drive. The digital edition actually went up like $100 over there in New Zealand. Wow, these prices are insane. And you would think that the physical ones would be the ones that are cheaper. Well, no, you would think the digital ones would be the ones that are cheaper. No, the physical ones are the ones that are cheaper, with the digital ones paying the hefty cost. This is strange times that we're in. This is the first time I've seen in the console generation the console prices going up after the launch of the consoles. When we're looking for sales to actually be involved, what we're seeing is price gouging at an all-time high. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, King, this isn't price gouging. This is tariff fights and tariff wars, and the economic structure in which we're facing right now is crazy. The reason why I say hashtag no PlayStation 6 and things of this nature is Xbox is ahead of the curve. What Xbox is doing is they are facilitating their consoles to be sold by other companies that have different pipelines and stuff like that. So when you have OEM products being made by different distributors, different partners, you can get a break. PlayStation is the sole proprietor, manufacturer, and distributor of their consoles. And in doing so, you hold the whole weight. You hold the whole bag, right? So the problem within itself is you. So listen, it's going to be terrible going forward for the PlayStation owner. And those people out there that didn't get a PlayStation, I can tell you this. You're going to see the stock that's here already go up in price because they're trying to mitigate loss, and they're not trying to pass that off. Like save it on the consumer. They're going to pass that loss on to the consumer. The consumer is going to have to fit the bill. That sucks. Now, if you made it this far in the video, you know that Frank Kent is kicking himself. You know, Eternal is getting mad and saying, man, damn this king, damn this king, damn this king. Facts, oh facts, man. The problem is this. Sony doesn't have the money to sustain this war, and they're trying to have you guys fit the bill. Sucks on you. But at the end of the day, you know what it is. Y'all gonna get these hands. Now, I did have other information that I just really don't want to go into right now. But is Bungie the poison pill that actually killed off Sony from the inside? Is Bungie the double agent that we all knew her to be? Ooh-wee. Something sexy to see. The fact that you guys are dying in this way. You're creatively bankrupt. When you're putting out every other day the same Last of Us, The Last of Us, The Last of Us, The Last of Us, how many times are you going to release that game? Now, I support it. I purchased that game. I'm not doing this. It's over. It's done. You have gleamed everything that you can gleam out of my wallet. Now, I think The Last of Us TV show went up yesterday, season 2. I got to check that out if that's possible. If that happened. I finished my Daredevil. I'm doing solo leveling. I got the last episode of season 1 this week with Dip Down in Anime. And that's on our Patreon at Iron Lords Podcast. I will start season 2 this week as well. So when I'm finishing season 1, I'm going straight into season 2 to give y'all that great Butters. Addict knows all about Butters, because if you know he has a butter table inside his movie theater, I don't know what the hell that's about. But ask Addict, he likes to butter up his glizzies before he slam them down his throat. Pause. But that's him. But again, the death of Sony is no joke. The price hikes is killing people. Well, not killing people. You understand? Probably sabotaging their wallets, sabotaging the expectations of actual growth. I guess this is the only thing that's organically growing. Sony's price tag. That's crazy work. At the end of the day, you guys are not valued, never will be valued, and Sony will turn into an app. Or we're watching right before our very eyes, Sony becoming that third-party developer that we all knew they can be. All these wrong steps, from the VR to that Portal to they're trying to copy Xbox with a handheld, to price hikes, to doing a Pro, all these things, to putting out the same exact game over and over again within a 3-year span. You gotta think about it. Every time you raise the price, you'll release a new Last of Us. Well, the same Last of Us. You'll re-release it. That's something to be wary about. That's something to look out for. It sucks so bad to be a consumer of Sony products to realize that you're not valued in any way. I honestly would be furious, to be real with you. I would absolutely be furious. But again, I already got all my stuff from them, so. Well, this is the part in the video where I'm going to tell you to like, follow, and subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw it around the blueprints. I'll probably be streaming that on Frontline Gaming Streams, which if you're a member of Xbox Frontline News, then hey, you can just slide right over there and watch me play the game. I'm going to have some fun doing that today. You guys, let me know. Did you get a chance to play it? Have y'all played South of Midnight? How's everything going for you? But what I'm going to tell you is everything is everything. And did you get the free game? Please tell me you got the free game. If y'all know what it is, let us know. Leave a comment. But I'm going to tell you what I always tell you. Try to play the Game Pass.